Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. It's a special episode, and you know why it's a special episode? Because it's the 8th episode.
It's the very 8th episode.
The very 8th episode. Listen, we were away before. I'm sorry to make you wait, but I promise it's going to be great. It's episode number 8.
I see what you did.
Listen, don't hate. Don't perpetrate.
Appreciate.
That's right. Appreciate instead. Hello, everybody.
Appreciate the state of... I don't know.
Oh,
I feel like these puns are fucking bad. Let's move on.
All right, putting the hammer down as usual. Lil Fox, just not handling it. Just
wow.
We were gonna tell you. I was gonna find another way to do this, but we've created a custom move for Lil Fox. It's called Buzzkill, and when you use it,
it's a whole operation. It's Operation Buzzkill.
Mm-hmm. Operation Buzzkill. It's a nine episode long situation.
Yeah.
And Andrew trying to regulate.
Yeah, and discriminate.
I feel it. So welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons show, which might also be like kind of an impromptu rap battle where we're all really bad rappers.
Impromptu, terrible rap battle.
I have in my history won a rap battle before.
My name is Adam, and I'm here to say, don't know how to rap. Hey. So, hello everyone. Hello and welcome. This is the 8th episode of Tomb of Annihilation, and we've got all kinds of jungle to trek around in. But since this may be the first time that you are attending one of our ridiculous events, let's do a quick run around and just tell us about your characters, because honestly, that's the only reason anybody cares. Just tell us about. I've restored you to full size. Distracted Elf playing Ishi Snaggletooth. What's your deal, Ishi?
Yes, hello. I am Distracted Elf, and I play Ishi Snaggletooth, the kobold fighter. She uses a rapier and has a cool cape and talks a lot. That's pretty much it.
On the opposite side of the talking a lot spectrum, playing the Furbolg Lil Fox, Andrew, tell us a little bit about your character.
Lil Fox is a barbarian, and she's 8 foot tall, and is currently carrying 190 pounds of gear. And is not encumbered.
She's 8 feet tall?
She's 8 feet tall. She's fucking huge.
So this is Lil Fox's episode.
Nice. Happy.
Yeah, there are as many episodes as there are feet of Lil Fox. Yeah. Good work, everyone.
Excellent. Fantastic. Dave, would you like to discuss your sadness now, or do you want to wait? Should we talk about the sad thing that happened to your character?
Yeah, I nearly quit the whole show over it.
Listen, sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear eats you, Dave. And today, that bear's name was Jeremy Crawford. So there was a grand debate. There was a grand debate last episode about whether or not one could apply the twinned spell ability to Chaos Bolt. Turns out you cannot.
And Dave cried.
But I believe
you should be able to, because it's clever.
There's a smash cut to Dave earlier this week, like weeping.
Yeah, it's been a hard time for Dave, but we're gonna push through. We're gonna get there, okay, buddy? We'll be all right.
Maybe.
We're gonna be
Dave,
okay.
Dave, it's okay. You look really cool in Animal Crossing.
I do.
Fair, that's true. Dave has the best Animal Crossing outfit of all of us. So, Dave, tell us about your character who is now no longer able to use. Have you abandoned Chaos Bolt completely?
Nah, I left it. I was going to see if I could do something else sneaky, but I think for the time being, even though it's a little bit less powerful, I'm going to keep it just because it's useful in a bunch of circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the overall character is not just Chaos Bolt. He is, in fact, a human sorcerer. He has draconic ancestry called Malik.
Listen, if you want to play a sentient Chaos Bolt, I mean, we could throw some together. Coming soon to the DM's Guild, Sentient Chaos Bolt. It's a race and a class. It's great. You're going to be fantastic.
Yeah, and to answer it now, I would love to have chromatic orb and I would love to cast that all the time. I'd love to twin spell that. It's 50 gold every time you cast it. I am not made of money.
Is that
I'd love to
real?
also be made of money.
So, sorry, that was such a dad thing to say. Like, you kids in your chromatic orbs, gold pieces don't grow on trees, okay? I'm going to turn this expedition around. We're going right back to Port Nyanzaru.
Well, like, off the last mission, if I'd cast that spell once, I would have made a net loss. It was like...
So there's some, does it say in the description of the spell that it consumes? Because I had this come up in Court of Swords this week. If it says there's an ingredient, you just need to carry it around with you. But if it says in the text that it's consumed in the casting, I know it's confusing, but yeah, so you could theoretically just have the thing around. If it says that. If it says it's consumed in the casting, then yeah, you use it up.
I think you just have to have 50 gold on you.
No, that's not how. It just checks your bank account.
It's like, hey,
I'm sorry, you're not rich enough to cast this spell.
No, that's how it works for clerics of what's her name?
Right. Yeah,
is
Joaquin.
Tisha?
Clerics of
Joaquin,
walking.
Joaquin.
I'm sorry, I can't give you cure light wounds today. You are overdrawn.
You're
on
over
this
your
account.
limit.
Can I spend 50 of my 52 gold and have chromatic orb then? Please?
Yes, you'd like to have retconned that orb. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Sick.
Redcon the orb.
All right, and then the fish with the whip, the Triton with the might. Actually, if you're a climber, that'd be better. You could be the Triton with the Python. Arcturus Vizella. Tell us about your character, Blue Jay?
I mean, you just did, so that's it.
Please elaborate.
Arcturus Vivaxeth, not Vuvuzela. Hello. Is a Triton and Tempest cleric who has a crush on a tiger lady.
That's true. Who ran
turned into
away?
a tiger and ran away.
Yeah.
That's the main thing she does.
We always
Sad.
love the ones that hurt us most.
One time she choked me out against a tree, and that was the happiest moment of my life.
Welcome to the show,
Okay.
everybody.
So last time,
Wait. Okay. Wait.
Previously
let's
on
go.
Monster Hearts.
yeah, so we murdered a bunch of sea hags. Or
Yeah,
something.
you rolled up on those hags.
By murdered a bunch of sea hags. Then we were gonna go to their lair, which is the next thing.
So we were talking about that. So let's discuss. So when we arrive on the scene, we see the river, the mighty river Ocean Star, flowing south into Chult, the jungle teeming with life, most of it venomous, and at its edge, 3 withered corpses lying in their own black blood in the deep mud. What's the scene? Where are you all? Because there's some tiger footprints that run off into the jungle. And then what?
Well, that didn't turn out as badly as it could have. Good thing we're all so very good at this, or I may have made a mistake, but it's fine. We're all fine. They must have come from somewhere, right?
Yes, of course. We might as well use this opportunity now that we've made it for ourselves to take whatever it was that they were guarding or hoarding.
Where did Azaka go?
Good question.
That way.
As like Arcturus was very distracted by the dead people that looked kind of like him, and he like looks up and looks around and is just like, wait a second.
I think it was her. Something ran off that way.
And yeah, Little Fox just like points a thumb at the jungle and then shrugs and then goes back to like looking at the trail that leads to this sea hag hut.
Yeah, I mean, ostensibly, right? Like that's there is a trail that leads you several options, right? I mean, it's a role-playing game. You can do whatever you want, but you can continue south along the river and carry on to, I think you're going to.
But point of order.
Yes.
We actually had a track to their lair.
Well,
that
yes.
is the thing that we.
Well, I didn't.
Right?
No, I said there were tracks leading away, and I implied it could be to their lair. I never said you can look straight ahead and see their little house.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's not what I remember.
I made it very clear there was a trail that they
alright.
made, but I said
Fine.
it could go
Yeah,
to
like-
their house.
The sea hags went somewhere, maybe a lair.
Yeah, or came from
maybe
somewhere. Yeah.
To their friend the Gorgon. Who
Right.
knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it looks like Azaka fled to the west into the jungle, or you could just forget the whole thing and go south.
Well,
Do
as
they have
much as I
anything
would-
on them?
No, they're wearing just like primitive clothing made out of like fronds from the trees, and they have the pig they were cooking,
Mhm.
but no other things. Maybe miscellaneous hag gear, pocket debris.
Well, I would like to go after Azaka as quickly as we can. She probably needs some time. She doesn't seem to be about us meddling in her affairs. And I guess her transformation was something she didn't want to show us.
Of any one of us who ran off into the woods, Little Fox perhaps excluded, because you're fantastic at all of this, Little Fox. Good job. But I think she'll be able to find us the easiest. So if we go looking for her, she's probably going to be able to avoid us. Whereas, if we just make our passage obvious, she'll find us.
This isn't the first time that Azaka's run off, but this is the first time that she's. Is that common? The whole becoming an animal thing.
Probably not.
Not
Right.
particularly, and not that kind of animal anyway. There are
Uh,
druids, I'm sure you've heard of. but
Yes.
that was
yes.
something different. She's an innate shapeshifter of some kind, though I don't know exactly what it was. Kind of like a tiger, I suppose, standing upright.
I just wonder if she intends to come back at all.
If she doesn't, you're not going to be able to catch her. Through the jungle? I mean, if you want, but I don't think I'm getting paid enough to follow you through the jungle.
No. You're absolutely
I'd
right.
rather go to prison.
I don't. Anyway, I suppose you're correct. If she does not wish to be followed, there are none of us that are quick enough to waylay her. Perhaps it would be best if we waited here, though.
Well, why don't we see if we can find out where these hags came from? Because
maybe
they gotta have some valuable stuff. We're not the first people to roll down the river and be invited to have some food and then be the food, There's gotta be something.
there might be more of them. We could.
Then I will apply liberally the same strategy I applied the first time, which is crossbow while you're having a conversation.
Yes, that
If
was
you do
lovely.
that again, I will. Once we get back to town, I will have you put back in the prison.
What?
Am I clear?
I think I saved your life. You really?
No. Azaka saved our lives after you put them in danger.
Okay. Yeah, just give her all the credit. It wasn't Little Fox in front of all the
Yeah, Little
things.
Fox is just out there like doing the hands up. Like, what about Little Fox?
Yeah, and that's
Doesn't
why
say
I
anything.
say that. I was
Just
like, I have no stake in this. It's just one of those things where it's like, I know Little Fox is gonna say anything, so I'll say it.
I think that we have a fundamental misunderstanding of the value of life here. I would prefer not taking life if it didn't put my life at risk, but it seems that Ishi misunderstands when lives are at risk. With respect, you are hired to protect us, and you felt that we needed protecting. But I think that Malik and myself felt differently on that account. It's probably best if we just don't discuss it.
I have always found that the best way is to preempt the danger with your own danger. He who strikes first often strikes last.
It sounds true, I guess. Yeah.
Little Fox like sighs, shakes her head, and follows the trail. And
Yeah, I was waiting for some.
All right, so you just walk off.
yeah, we're She is gonna move and hope that everyone else follows.
Does everyone run after little? Your
yeah,
two
I'm
scouts
totally
have
down
fled
with
in
this
different directions.
conversation,
All
yeah.
I mean, I definitely go with Little Fox.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course. All right, so the group of you, we linger on the scene of hag butchery for a moment, and then fade out and fade back in on the group of you. Can I get you to make a survival check for me, Little Fox?
Why? Of course, Adam.
Thank
I will help you with this.
Okay.
I get an 18.
Do you have survival, Malik?
I do, yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, 18 is certainly sufficient to follow this trail. It doesn't look like the hags are trying to cover their tracks. So you head inward into an area where the river kind of floods out into not a proper tributary, but just in like makes the ground swampy. So it's kind of like not a flooded forest all the way, but partway there. So there's roots sticking up out of the muddy water. You're trudging through the murk, trying to walk on the remaining parts of the ground that are still dry. But many of, I think all of you get, your boots muddy, and for some of you, they soak through. It's not a pleasant going. And you travel that way, kind of approximately northwest for a couple of hours following this trail. And this is when you come across a hut. It's sitting in the swamp, squat and vaguely sort of rounded on top, kind of has the shape of a turtle. And it seems to be made out of fronds and of wood. And there is smoke coming up from a fire inside. So there's a hole in the top and smoke drifting up out of it. There are also several wooden poles sticking up out of the water with skulls of various animalia stuck on them. A clear sign that whoever lives here wants visitors to turn the other way.
I really hope there aren't more of them.
There shouldn't be.
It's foreboding. Yep. Uh-huh.
And Little Fox just points at the smoke and like quirks an eyebrow.
I hope it's because they said it and haven't had the opportunity to come back and put it out. Typically, a coven is 3 creatures.
Maybe we
But
should.
by all means,
Maybe
Ishi,
you
do
should
you
go
want to scout
ahead.
it out?
I'm not very quiet.
No.
He says, like clinking and clanking.
Okay. Do I need to go look? Is that what's gonna happen? Okay.
And Little Fox nods.
That way.
All right, I'll go look.
So what do
If you hear me scream or yell or squeak or any of those noises, come and save me, okay?
So up on top of the hut is built on a little mound of dry land. So as you get towards it, you can feel the land sloping up towards where it was built. And it looks like they've made very little effort to clear the debris that the jungle has just sort of shed into this area. So there's leaves of varying states of decay kind of laying about, leading up to the hut. The hut has a wooden door, like wooden planks lashed and nailed together. It is currently shut. And there's these gristly totems kind of leading up towards the hut itself. What are you doing?
Can I sneakily take a look inside the hut? I think that's my plan. I want to like stealth my way up.
Yeah, you want to make a stealth roll, and then
there's like a
approach?
window or anything, like,
Okay,
take a look inside.
sure. Go ahead and make that roll.
Let me just open up my character sheet here. There we go. Stealth.
Okay, not bad. Got 13. So let me take a quick look at your character sheet. I just need to check
Sure.
some stuff. Okay, all right. Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Sure can.
Now, you're nimble, so this shouldn't be too much trouble. Oh, but you got 6. Okay, so you approach. We see Ishi. What does Ishi in stealth mode look like? Like, are you
It's
moving like
just-
a lizard, like from one area to the other quickly? Are you like, what is it?
Yeah,
Show me
it
Ishi in
is.
stealth mode.
It is like from cover to cover, or when there isn't any, like very low to the ground. She's already very small, so like her moving quickly and quietly is not super difficult. it is like scurrying almost rather than like sneaking,
Okay.
so to speak.
So the rest of you lingering behind, you watch Ishi move from brush to brush, and as you approach the entrance of the hut, Ishi, you scamper over some of these leaves and realize that the leaves are covering only the thinnest like layer of sticks to hold them up so they look solid, but they collapse underneath you, and you tumble down into a pit, and you land on some very sharp sticks. So you're gonna take some damage.
Oldest trick in the book.
Okay.
I think.
So you take 9 damage and tumble into a hole and land on a bunch of sharpened stakes. And so you're lying at the bottom of this 10-foot hole, and you've just been poked. Little Fox, what do you do when you see Ishi disappear into this pit?
I'm gonna hustle up there and try to help her.
Yeah, you're just gonna go running up.
I mean, it would be smart to wait and see if someone comes out to check on the trap. So maybe I do that. Maybe I'm smart. I'm pretty smart and I'm wise. No, I think I wait. I will approach with stealth, rather than just run and bumble.
I am gonna try and climb out of this pit.
Okay.
I'm not very smart, so maybe I make to yell out like Ishi.
Malik, do you stop
Do you
him?
I put my hand over his mouth. I was like, Wait.
Okay.
What are we waiting for?
Am I gonna
make
have to roll a
an
climb check to get out
athletics.
of here?
Yeah, make an athletics check.
At this point in time, I would like to drink my stolen potion of climbing.
Nice. Okay. All right.
So I quaff said potion.
Okay. So potion of climbing gives you advantage on this check.
And then I climb my way out with an.
So how does
athletics.
let's get some flavor. How does the potion of climbing affect you? Does it make you get like a gecko, like super sticky? Do you get little tiny
I
hooks
think
that go to your
what
fingers?
I was gonna say what it is just like she gets like mucusy,
Ooh, sticky.
and,
Oh no, sticky kobold. Blap, blap, blap. Cool. So your hands, your hands and feet exude a sticky glue that you can then use to climb up the side of this.
So you
pit.
said athletics, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Hey.
Nice. Okay. So you climb up, poke your head over the edge, and you see Little Fox starting to approach. Little Fox, can you make a stealth check?
Why, yes, I can.
Okay.
I'm not very.
So
sneaky.
Ishi, even with your relatively low passive perception, you see Little Fox trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, she's like moving along, but there's nothing big enough to like conceal her. So she's kind of like looking around and moving slowly.
I'll just pick myself up and roll onto the ground again, and then try and step around the pit and continue what I was doing.
Yeah, you're only a couple of feet from the door. So
yeah,
it was like, this is the welcome mat, basically.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Which is why I'm gonna try and check the door.
Sure. The door does not appear to be locked.
Oh, you just push it open.
Okay. It creaks open, and inside, you smell immediately the like fragrant smoke of whatever is being cooked in the. There's a big pot, a big iron pot sitting on the fire, and it's just being simmered, right?
It's just bubbling.
Yeah, just bubbling. And it's covered. It's got a metal lid on it, and that's hanging. And it's like a cauldron. You could fit in it, no problem. No one else could, but they could jam you in there, no problem. There's a big wooden table. The table is deeply scored with knife marks and stained a deep brown on top, like a reddish brown. There is a big pile of clothing or rags or something off in one corner. Most of them it's a big damp pile. And then there's a big wicker basket with a lid on it. And then off to one side, there is a pile of dried and shredded leaves, and then a ratty blanket and a couple of pillows that look like they've seen better days.
Okay, nobody alive in here though, right? I'm not seeing any living creatures moving around or anything.
Nope. Not at a glance.
Okie dokie. So I'll go inside then.
Okay.
And take a look around the like table and the pile of rags and the just take a look at what might be cooking in this cauldron.
Okay.
So on.
All right. So, Little Fox, do you follow Ishi into the hut?
I think I'm just keeping an eye on things.
Okay. Malik and Arcturus, you're 50 or 60 feet away watching from outside. What are you doing?
Probably, yeah, just like keeping an eye from there, looking back towards where we came in case anything's deciding to follow us, and just like prestidigitating like gross hagness off of myself or whatever.
Shouldn't press the digitate, you're gonna go blind. Okay, yeah. So just doing magic tricks, keeping an eye on things. Okay, sounds good. Arcturus, can you make a perception check for me?
Yeah. Perception. Not very perceptive.
Everything's a-okay.
My passive perception is better than that.
You're just distracted, I guess.
guess so.
Meanwhile, inside, Ishi, yeah, it seems like it's just one room. It's one big room. So, what are you gonna do? I think you're muted, Elf.
Oh, well,
Okay.
well, they have to be keeping the cast-offs somewhere.
Digging around in a rag pile, looking for anything that could be valuable.
Okay, yeah, the pile of rags appears to be miscellaneous clothes, like people's like full outfits.
And that's what I thought, right? Like when
Yeah.
you said it,
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, it looks like just like a pile. It's like
but
digging,
it's
digging
just
through the back
clothes,
end
like
of a
there's-
value village if you
There's
threw blood around.
nothing else there.
Not in the pile,
Um,
no.
Are there any other like entrances to this place? Like doors?
I mean, I guess you could get in through the hole in the ceiling, but no doors.
Okay,
no
but
doors
like it's
or
just the one
windows.
door. I want
No,
to make
it's-
sure there wasn't like a back.
It's dark.
like-
It's dark in here, or would be if you didn't have night vision. It's dark in here, aside from the dull embers of the fire, giving the whole place like an ominous kind of orange-red glow.
Are there like cupboards or
Nope.
or like
Just that big basket.
I'm gonna check that out then.
Okay. You can't really reach the top of it. It's taller than you, and you need to pull the top off.
Okay, so I'll just like with my remaining gecko power, just climb up on top of it.
Right. Climb on the wall and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just-
All right. So, yeah, you pull the thing out, and yeah, it's like a miscellaneous kind of hamper of goods. There are some nicer, like the not bloodstained, not torn clothes, kind of thrown into the pile, and then also you see at the bottom, kind of all the heavier materials have settled, and you can see the glittering of coins. You can see some jewelry. Basically just stuff stripped off of people.
I like try and push the basket over so that I can like access it.
Yeah,
more
it tips
easily.
over and some of the coins spill out on the floor. Little Fox, you hear that? You hear the sound of coins, of metal.
Yeah, and Little Fox like sighs and keeps like looking around and is like nervous because now she's worried about something else showing up.
I'm gonna emerge from the front door before I start rifling through these goods and like give the thumbs up, like all clear.
And yeah, Little Fox like makes eye contact and is just like, come on, like.
You want me to? You want me to get this?
And yeah, she's just like does the hurry up hand
Oh,
and keeps a
Yelling.
lookout for you.
I would
So-
like to be
So
like
Ishi thought you were gonna come, but you're telling her to get the stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So she goes back to the pile of gold and whatever, like coins and what
Mhm.
have you, and I'm just like look through that stuff.
Okay. It'll take you.
Pick up valuable.
It'll
things.
take you a short rest to count all the coins, but you can pick up the other stuff.
I mean, I'm gonna scoop it all. right?
Arcturus.
That's the idea.
There's more coins than you can carry.
Oh, okay.
Arcturus, you sound like you were gonna do something.
Yeah, I was gonna say that like after the like all clear or whatever was given by Ishi, like I want to be like going around the like campsite or whatever and kind of looking at it in terms of like, oh, this is a interesting jungle like cultural setup, like what can we read of like who these people were based on like how they laid out their like
Sure. Making
home
a
area.
cultural assessment.
Yeah, that's basically like once it's like there's no more creepy creatures that are gonna attack you here that Ishi knows of. It'll be like, well then let me check. Like they set up a bunch of traps. Like that's so interesting, very defensive. Like
Yeah. Everything about it just says stay away.
Yeah,
Like, just
got it.
get the hell away. That's it. It's meant to look scary. It's not camouflage. It's frightened. It's like, hey, we're here. Go away, or your head will end up on a stake. So Ishi, inside the items of value, you find a ring, a silver ring with a green stone in it.
Ooh, yay.
You find a talisman that appears to be crafted silver feathers on a long chain. There is a brand new. Well, it was brand new. It's sitting out in the jungle like this for a while. It's hasn't been taken perfect care of, but there's a brand new leather-bound book.
Okay, talisman of silver feathers, silver ring.
The book is blank. You open the flip through. There's nothing. It looks like it's
leather-bound book.
Yep. You find a scarf or ribbon of some kind, like a thick of cloth of silver. And you hold it and move it, and it sparkles in the light. A considerable number of copper and silver coins with a little bit of gold mixed in. And then 2 glass vials. One is a spherical ball with a little hole and a cork waxed over on top. And that one has a kind of like, not even a fluid in it, but like it looks like it has mist. You hold it up to the light and turn it, and the mist is kind of just floating around inside of it. There's a vapor in there. And then the other is an amber-colored potion that seems to glow slightly of its own volition.
Okay, I have it all noted down. Perfect. So I scoop up as much of that stuff as I can. And
you can take all the miscellaneous objects.
Well, which is what I'm doing. And then shove them in my bag and hop back out over the pit. When I say hop, I just mean like the corner of the pit, like across the safe way that a witch would get in, or a hag would get in. Sorry. And like beeline back over to Little Fox.
Okay. Yeah, Little Fox is waiting by the door.
Yeah, I'm like nearby.
Oh, okay.
I found a whole bunch of stuff.
And like open my bag and sort of show the stuff that I found, close it again, and then go.
But there's also like a bunch of coins in there, and I can't exactly scoop them up by the
she
armful.
Sighs and kind of rolls her eyes a bit and walks in and is like, okay, I gotta carry fucking 100 pounds of money again. Yeah, how much weight is there in coins, Adam? We're not gonna have.
Are you gonna take the time to count it all?
Do we have to count it to carry it?
No, you could just scoop it into your bag, I guess, if you want. There's like a lot.
Yeah. My thinking is I will just scoop as much money as I can carry in here.
So I start with the gold.
And yeah, like
I mean, the thing is, it's a massive pile of mixed change. So even picking out the gold isn't gonna.
No, she's just scooping.
Okay.
She's just pulling money.
How much does a coin weigh?
Let me check.
Yeah.
If
I feel like it depends on which one it is, because why wouldn't it?
So 1 gold coin weighs 0.02.
Okay.
On my character sheet when I increment my gold by 1.
Okay. So 0.02. I'm just gonna assume all coins are that much. So
they should all be roughly the same size, although gold would be the heaviest material.
Yeah, but it's not a big deal.
They are
what
less
that's worth.
eventually.
Yes.
Okay. How many pounds do you have available? How much can you carry still?
I'm at 190. It doesn't show me my upper limit, but let me just try. What happens if I add 100 coins? It's only 2 pounds. So let's add 10,000 coins. At 390, it's still not listing me as being overweight. So either the algorithm is wrong, or I can carry a lot.
You're a fucking beast.
Well, and you have the bonus multiplier, right? So it does make sense that you can carry a hell of a lot.
It's pretty huge.
Yeah.
I think I put it into the character sheet correctly, but
Okay. So there's 76 pounds of coins.
great. I will just put miscellaneous coins as a
I've got it written down how many there are for when you do want to count them, but like Jesus, yeah, you're just like
73
just scraping coins into your bag, and then like throw your bag back over your shoulder, and and now you're
Yeah, there's a great like jangling of coin as she shoulders it.
Yeah, you can already feel the straps of your bag like digging into your shoulders.
Yeah, and she just kind of like adjusts some things and then like, goes through, has to like duck to get back out the door
Yeah.
and like straightens up
Okay.
and shrugs and starts walking back.
All right.
So you got it then? Okay. Yeah, let's go.
And I feel like Arcturus has like, moved around like to survey this, and you say like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, to where exactly?
Anywhere that is not in the middle of the place that screams, I will kill you.
And Little Fox just says boat as she walks by.
Or that. Also good choice. Certainly.
Let's head back to the boat.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable leaving Azaka in the forest.
I mean, neither am I, but also,
Like, this is as we're walking back towards the boat.
how am I supposed to find her?
Perhaps she just needed to cool down, and she'll return once she's...
If you want to wait by the boat, we can wait by the boat.
Just at least for a...
Yeah, I mean, you can rest the rest of the day. You're gonna need to. It's getting dark.
Yeah. I think that I feel like if she's still going to be our guide, she will return before.
Oh, I stand corrected. I went back to check. This encounter was on the first roll of the 3 for the day, so it's actually still morning.
Okay.
You could carry on today. You can use the rest of the day. Yep.
And so Little Fox like lets y'all argue for a little bit and then like speaks, which is weird. And just says, Azaka is gone, but knows where we're going. We stay on the river. She finds us. Better luck that than finding a tiger in the jungle.
As much as I dislike the idea of leaving her behind, I think you're probably right. Very unlikely to be able to track her down.
Ishi
I'm
just
happy with that plan.
nodding along with all of this, like, yeah, let's do that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the idea is to carry on.
I suppose. I don't have much of a choice.
All right.
But I'm against the boat. Don't like the boat.
All right.
Not about the boat.
So you
Boat's
travel.
fa-
You
boat's
travel.
faster.
You travel south. You get in the boat. The boat tips wildly when you drop the coins into it, and then you head south. So you travel downriver the rest of the day, or upriver. Travel upriver the rest of the day, paddling towards the inevitable goal of the deep jungle, and the rest of the day goes by uneventfully. Night falls. The night animals come out, and you all pull the canoe over, get out, and rest.
Have a good old sleep.
Yeah. So Arcturus, are you conjuring water and or fishing?
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead.
Yep.
Make that survival check for Arcturus.
Let's see if I can fish. Fishing?
You can fish enough for
Fish.
yourself.
I fish enough for myself and then sit by the fire and like look into the forest as though I'm gonna see like some glowing tiger eyes or something.
So you're just kind of sullen and quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Everybody else mark off rations. Don't worry about water because Ishishia
Do we get an
provides.
opportunity to count the coins just so we can?
Yeah. Do
do
you want
that?
to figure out your treasure? Because you can count the coins and figure out the potions and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna show
Yes.
them to Malik.
Oh, I'll take. Yeah, maybe I'll let you do the coins and I'll do the potions.
Okay. So quietly sitting, the sounds of the jungle accompanied by the clinking of coins, you find yourselves in the possession of the vast fortune of 2,700 pieces of copper. In addition to your 2,700 copper, you get 1,000 pieces of silver.
I'm writing this all on my character sheet, by the way, because I'm carrying it.
Okay, that's fine. I won't bother writing it down then.
You get 100 gold. The platinum cloth ribbon, the feathered talisman, the glass ring, and the book are all 25 gold apiece.
Cool.
Can I check out the feathered thing?
Yeah. It's like just a carved like silver necklace in the shape of a cluster of parrot feathers. So those are all worth 25 apiece. The potions are a potion of gaseous form and a potion of invulnerability.
Cool.
Yeah,
That
so
seems
I'll
real
post
good.
those. I'll post those all in chat. There you go. And that way, if we need to roll back to them, we can find them.
I think that you are sorting through the stuff and you pull out the feathered talisman or whatever,
Mhm.
and you're like looking at everything, and Arcturus would look over and be like, do you mind if I, and like points to the feathered talisman, would you guys be like, yeah, sure, take it, whatever, we don't care? Or would you be like, we need to sell this?
Sure.
So far, our priorities have been things being interesting first and things being sold. So yeah.
So I've deleted that from my character sheet, Blue Jay. So write it
Yeah.
on yours.
And Arcturus like looks at it, and then from underneath his mail pulls out one that looks similar, but with feathers from like a brown and gray bird, and like that like looks at both of them together, and then puts the colored one, and then like stuffs it back under his mail. And that would be my what's it called? A trinket of special significance. That's what the other one is.
Cool. Okay.
So I've got both the potions in I just replaced the descriptions. My inventory there.
So
Okay.
the potion of invulnerability gives you resistance while it has its effect, and
Cool.
the potion of gaseous form, as you might imagine, gives you the effects of the gaseous form spell for 1 hour with no concentration required.
Cool.
Yeah. So you have those both, Ishi. Okay. Cool. All
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
You rest. Night falls, and you take turns sleeping. And the next morning, you head out down the river. So let me see. You don't have your guide now, but Malik has survival, right?
I do.
Is Azaka still not returned? in the
Azaka has not
morning?
returned. I'll tell you.
I thought
If she returns.
our leader was our dear Furbolg.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that
It's like to gain advantage.
to gain
Oh,
advantage,
okay.
someone else
All
has to have it. Yeah.
Advantage and guidance. No reason not to.
Okay, so Arcturus, do you provide the blessing of Istitia when you leave?
Yes.
Okay.
Even though I'm still very distracted, looking around the forest and waiting for our like guide to return.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe someone has to remind you, like, hey, aren't you gonna?
Yeah, and like maybe you have to remind me to make water for the day too. Like you like shake
Because it's
empty.
just so upset.
You like shake, just distracted and like wait, but Azaka, you like shake empty water bags or whatever.
Arcturus. Arcturus.
Yes.
I understand you're concerned. I'm going to need you to pay attention. The jungle is a dangerous place, and we can't afford to go down from 5 to 3.5 people with her
Right.
leaving.
Right. I just I will keep an eye out. Sure. Yes. And then
Thank
like you just like I feel like ordinarily when Arcturus creates water, it's like with a lot of concentration, making sure that it like fills up the appropriate like bags and bobs and stuff, and is like slowly like trickles in, so it's not all of a sudden just like bleh, water. But like today, like it's just like and then just like bleh, water, and your bags are a little wet, and like maybe some get overfilled and some aren't filled enough, and yeah. But sorry.
Do you have inspiration, Arcturus?
I think so, probably. Yep.
Okay, well,
I should use it.
yeah, use it. Okay. All right, so it's survival plus someone roll a d4 for blessing. or for guidance?
Whoever was making the survival roll usually did that. Or
Yeah,
like
it's Little Fox.
yeah, it's a little
Just
fun.
roll a d4 for me. Okay.
Letitia is still paying.
You don't need to make the survival roll. I make that for you.
Oh, right. Okay, so +3. My bad.
That's cool. I got it. All right. All right. So you set out with the intention to travel down that way. And let's see how your day goes. Okay, so you get to you set out along the river, heading south, and the morning goes by with no ill effects. You continue, so you get like partway along your journey, but that afternoon, you run afoul of an encounter.
Dun
So
dun
Let
dun.
me see.
Encounters.
Let me see what it might be.
Is it grungs? I hope it's grungs.
So you're in your
Mhm.
boat, and you're traveling down the river, and you're moving through the trees, and the sun is high in the air above you. There's maybe some broken patches, so you can actually see the light on the light on the river, and it's quite nice, like calm out. And the calm of the trip is broken by a sudden shriek from the trees, and then the like sound of blowguns on either side of you. And all of you get assaulted by blowguns. Let me find.
It's definitely grungs, guys.
Let me find the hit here.
When it comes to blowguns, it's gotta be grungs.
Blowgrungs. All right, let's take a look at my stats here to see if they hit you. Okay. So these guys. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. There we go. Creatures and monsters.
We're just climbing this XP ladder, one grung at a time.
Ah!
All right, here they are. Okay. So I'm gonna use the stats for ranged for daggers, but it's the same. It's the same stuff. So who is the least armored target at a glance?
Probably Little Fox, actually.
Yeah, not Arcturus.
I don't have any armor on.
Little Fox. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Little Fox.
I also don't have any armor.
All right. So
If
we'll do two on each of you.
Adam,
Yes.
would you say that this is danger?
No, you're not making dex.
Yes, it is danger. It is danger.
Okay.
But you cannot sense it. So yeah, let me just. I'm gonna make.
checking.
I'll
Just
make
checking.
two attacks. I need to roll to see which one. There's 5 total, so we'll do 2 attacks on each of you, and then the bigger one is going to attack one of them. So 2 for Little Fox, and I know it says dagger, but it's not a dagger. What's your armor class, Little Fox?
My AC is 14.
Okay, so the very first thing is this like feathered dart hits the boat in front of you.
Yeah, she
And
like moves out of the way at the last second or something.
second one does hit you.
The
They have
boat's just like-
they have advantage on these because it's an ambush. So you do get hit. You get hit for 8. The other one stabs into your arm, and then searing pain. Malik, 2 for you.
Yep.
Oh my god, 2 1s on that first shot.
Ah!
Nice. And what's your armor class, Malik?
15.
15. Okay. All right. So just they all fire at you. Only one of them hits, and then the boss of your assailants, the boss grung.
So I take 3 and 5 for 20.
Freaking
This
grung.
grung has a bow that he's gonna use. So he fires
Oh,
a
shit.
proper arrow. And let me roll to see which of the 2 of you it targets. Flip a coin.
The only thing
One,
better-
it's Little Fox. 2, it's Malik. Okay, Little Fox, short bow for you. And that's a miss.
The only thing better than a kobold fighter would be a grung fighter. That's all I'm saying.
So you're in the river. You're on your boat. there are grungs in the trees firing darts at you, and they're in the bushes. So you just see the bushes like rustling and moving around. And we'll roll initiative and see what happens with these grungs when we get back from our very first break. I guess it's not our first break; it's our eight times fourth break. We'll be back in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. Frog times when we return.